Hello everyone, my name is Jeddah Maribo, and this is my submission for the Hashnode Outerbase Hackathon September 2023. My submission is a website for my father. So there are four particular problems that this website tries to solve. The first of them is to create a unique and custom online experience for him. Um, also, my dad is a prolific writer. He writes a lot of articles, and of course, there are platforms out there or online services like Hashnode even that allows you to like create blogs and manage articles. But I just felt it would be great to have like one central store for all these articles. And should he want to post them to any of these platforms, he can easily just do that from here. Okay, so the third one is to allow him to publicize his messages. So my dad is a preacher as well, and of course, like there are platforms like Apple Music, Google Podcast, AudioMax, SoundCloud, and a couple of other platforms that allows you to upload your audio and share them with other people. But then again, just like with the blog, just I would just wanted like it'd be nice to have one central store from which he could share all these messages. And finally, he also has written and published a couple of books. So I wanted it to be a platform where people could come see these books and also buy them. Once again, the places like Amazon Books and Scribe and other platforms that you could put your books on. But then again, I just wanted one central store online from where he could publicize to all these other platforms should he want to. Um, yeah, so the UI initially I was going to design it myself, but I decided to outsource it, and I'm really glad I did. So the idea was I wanted something that was clean and functional and had a generally pleasing aesthetic in both light and dark mode, such that it would not be a waste of time to recreate as compared to like using a content management system. And this like really is beautiful. Like I'm really glad I have sourced this, and I'm really glad with the end result of this, and it looks like really great in light and dark mode. So if I switch to dark mode now, it's just pretty basically. Yeah. All right, so yeah, it's just beautiful. Switch back. All right, so some of the features I want to highlight here, some are complete, some are not complete. The first of them is the progressive web app feature, PWA. So the beautiful thing about that is you can install this website on any device that you're on, mobile, desktop, Android, iOS, Mac, Windows. So I'm currently on a Mac, and if I hit install here, I can install this website. And once I do that, it will show up in my applications, installed applications under Google Chrome apps for this Mac. And then it opens up like an app, okay? And it shows here in the tray, and if I come here, I can see it. Okay, let me just maximize this. All right, so that is one feature I'm really excited about. The second one is the user authentication. So why user authentication? This basically looks like a simple site. So the reason behind the user authentication is there's need for a cart, okay, to be able to manage the user's purchase of the books, okay. And of course, I could put all the books on Stripe and have Stripe manage that whole process. But then again, not every country has access. Stripe does not provide or cover every country. And like my country, Nigeria, for instance. And I wanted people to be able to have multiple payment options. Okay, so common payment options here in Nigeria are Paystack or Flutterwave and a couple of others, InterSwitch, Quick Teller, and a couple of others. So that meant building a card system on the website, and the card could be stored locally. The card could be stored by session, but then again, it would not allow the user to access their cart across multiple devices. And for that reason, they'll need to put the cart in a database. And a way to associate the user with the cart. So hence the need for a database, a cart system, and a user system, and a user authentication system. And to easily create this, I used Magic. And the beautiful thing about it is that every form that has an email address is an authentication form. So you could log in from there, you could log out from there, you could update your user details. And that way you don't have, there's no particular place in this website where there's like update your phone number or something should you want to have like a checkout. And so if I was to let's say send a message here, I can do this jedi@yahoo.com, and this is another test message. Let me just, because this is production, this is another test message, and I really like this nice message. You did good, you can proceed. And then if I send this, so because I'm not logged in, I'll be prompted to log in. This is my first time of using this email on this site, so I'll be asked to first of all acknowledge I cleaned out all the data prior. So I'll be asked to acknowledge that Magic wants me to, and it's me that's trying to log in. And this also, we wanted user interactions on this website to be authentic, not have a user just come and use an email address and send a message or drop a review. So another reason why we decided to use user authentication here. And if I close this tab and go back to my email, and I can log in, and I can paste the code that was here, 970. I already copied it, just copying it again. I paste it here. I can close this window because I've logged in. I can go back, and it takes a while. And now you see something happens. Yes, you are logged in with this email. A message has sent. I can switch to different user, or I can log out. Okay, let me log out here. So I'm logged out now, and if I go out and come back, my details are gone. Okay, and another form that has email is the rate or the subscribe, but let me do this rate one. Okay, so I have to drop a review, like the way it's set up. I have to drop a review. More like I have whatever rating has to be associated with the user, such that if you're not logged in, you can't just rate. But if you're logged in, you can just go ahead and rate. So let me just go ahead with this. So if I go ahead and let me use my legit email address now, and this is a test review. And if I submit this, okay, so I'm asked to, because like this is the first time using my email address. I approve the login on my phone. And then the code shows up. And then I enter the code on my phone. 749. And yes, yeah, I'm logged in. Okay. All right, and my review most likely went. Okay, so I can go back, basically. And then we see that like I'm logged in. So once I hit this, I can rate now, which is like really beautiful. All right, and if I go to another form, I have my email and my name there, which is like really cool. Yeah, so another thing here is the messages. So this is the homepage, and if I click on see more messages, I'm taken to the messages page. It's beautiful in dark mode as well. And ideally, the catalog for the messages are not they're updated, but once that is done, you'll see other messages appear like just beneath between this and the footer, and you could also like click to go listen. And for now, the message is on audio mark, but say in the future we want to put them on Apple Music
Hallelujah.
or Spotify
Deliverance.
or Deezer, we could easily do that, okay, without having, and it would just be a matter of changing the link to which this links to. And maybe we could add like a couple more links depending on the number of platforms where those messages are. All right, another thing is the books. Beautiful thing about the books is the currency shows up in your local currency. Okay, when you want to buy the books. Okay, and so say I use Proton for instance, and I change my IP address. The currency definitely updates. You have like the US dollars, and then it's no longer showing up in Naira, and that's like one beautiful thing. The same thing that Stripe offers, where like your present main currency, you can customize it. So this is also offered here, and this is as far as the features go for now. Currently, working on the checkout feature that allows you to add this book to a cart and check out with depending on your location. If you're in Africa here, Flutterwave or Paystack. If you're outside Africa, then Stripe. Yeah, and then once you do that, the book is not available for download, but it's you'll be shown that you are pre-ordering the book, so to say. And once the app becomes available, you will be allowed to log in, and then you just using Magic as well, and then you will be shown like that you have access to the book, and then you can read it on the app. And that way, the app wouldn't allow you to screenshot. The app wouldn't allow you to download the book as well. So that way, the book is preserved, and we have lesser issues of piracy. Yeah, so another feature that will be developed after that is the blog feature, where for every article that is posted, there will be like a summary that is generated, and if an accompanying Facebook and LinkedIn post that will advertise the blog article using OpenAI API. Okay, the same one that is similar to what ChatGPT uses, GPT 3.5. Yeah, so that is in the works. Okay, final note, how I used Outerbase in all of this. Initially, I had issues with I had a database like hosting with Vercel, database in Neon, and I can't see my tables here, or I can see them, but I can't really interact with them here in Neon, and I needed a way to do that, and I kept looking for that. I tweeted about it a couple of times until a friend told me about Outerbase, and it's beautiful. They allow you to visualize your table, and then you could also like interact with it, like add stuff here. You could also like another important thing was this EZQ. So personally, I have personal experience with NoSQL databases, MongoDB particularly, and I have used Postgres and MySQL in the past, but like way back, and it was sort of difficult having to write SQL by myself. But with this EZQ, basically all I had to do was just ask it how to do stuff, and basically it will generate the SQL code for me, and that's how I was able to like write SQL code that allows the user to update their details to get like on every form submission, instead of, for instance, like if a user submits a form and then there's no picture, in the new form from submission, but there's a picture in the database already. It doesn't take it out, but it just says that there's no new picture and there's new data, and then it keeps the old picture from the old data. So yeah, things like that. I really am grateful for EZQL, and a good number of times I could check it's the result of the prompt I gave to it with ChatGPT, and yeah, it came out really nice. So I'm really grateful for Outerbase and EZQL, basically to allow me visualize my data, and also to allow me to be able to use EZQL to do all this awesome, amazing stuff. All right, so thank you.